dynasties, the glory of American sports. But for sheer dominance, no American team can match the Soviet Union's Central Red Army Club. For the last 2 decades, one man has ruled over that dynasty, Viktor Tikhonov. He also coached the national team and had help from the Army in recruiting the best players. If a player refused to play for him, he was drafted into the military and assigned to General Tikhonov. It was a lifetime assignment until one player fought to change things.
Perhaps you've heard his name.
Fetisov shot, save, score!
Vyacheslav Fetisov, one of the first players from the former Soviet Union to join the NHL. He played 13 years for his country and Viktor Tikhonov. As captain of both the national team and the Central Red Army team, he was well decorated throughout the 80s. 2 Olympic gold medals, 8 world championships, 13 straight Soviet titles. He was one of the world's top defensemen. He had everything except his freedom.
You want to buy furniture, you want to buy a refrigerator, you want to buy a set of TV, you know, everything depends on the coach because he's, your boss.
Tikhonov. Fetisov grew to hate him and the control he had over players' lives.
Without his permission, you cannot buy a car. And you go for him, hey, Victor, I need a car, it's my car is broken, it's look at this. No, you're not good for me, you have to be better.
Players lived year-round in dormitories. Tikhonov held the key. Without his permission, they couldn't even visit their families.
We give up everything what we have. Private life, it's the best time in life. I mean, from 20 to 30 years old.
Russian life has always been hard, even for a promising young hockey player. Practicing 6 days a week, up to 4 times a day, is excessive. Under Tikhonov, it was expected.
I think law and order is very important. Discipline is very important. All the great players want to play for Tikhonov and the Central Red Army.
Fetisov played for other reasons.
He was proud to play for the country. He was so proud when our flag was raised up in any competition.
As early as 1984, after winning his first Olympic gold medal, even national pride wasn't enough. When his teammate and good friend Vladislav Tretiak retired, Fetisov took a look at his own future. He saw how other players were treated when their careers were over. It made him wonder.
As soon as you stop playing, you throw you out, and you're alone. You're alone. You have no job. You have no profession. All your life, what you did to play hockey.
The Soviet athlete was constructed to be a robot, designed to win. No emotions, no personal life, no family, only one goal, victory. Tikhonov demanded it. According to some former Soviet national team players, they were often given drug injections before games. If a player, like Fetisov, refused, he was punished.
I don't know how they say it, but he's put a knife in your back anytime.
The final straw came during the 1988 Olympics. Fetisov witnessed Tikhonov punch a teammate. His team had already clinched the gold medal. The game was meaningless. The player, Alexander Mogilny. Fetisov wanted out and said so publicly.
It was a very tough situation. I lost all my friends during those period of time, and I was fighting against a big system, communist system.
He was stripped of his spot on the national team, but the bigger loss was his defense partner and best friend, Alexei Kasatonov.
He was my brother. We start together, we play together, we live in the same room. It was a critical situation in my life, but Alex took position, Tikhonov position.
But he was not completely alone. 3 others on his unit took his side. Igor Larionov, Vladimir Krutov, and Sergei Makarov went on national television and gave Tikhonov an ultimatum. The famed KLM line would not play in the upcoming World Championships without their captain. For the first time, Viktor Tikhonov backed down. Finally, after leading his team to yet another World Championship, Fetisov was given his release to the NHL. Younger players like Pavel Bure watched in awe. They knew their futures were also at stake. At the time, he could only stand by him, offering silent support. Today, they are still side by side, and Bure wishes he could have done more.
I'm just more maybe missing because I couldn't help him at that time because I was so young.
Fetisov's battle was his own, but his victory was shared. He opened a door that Bore and Kasparaitis and dozens of others would later use, a door to freedom. When we come back, he deserted his country and his army. He was a wanted criminal. Now, for the first time in almost 6 years, Alexander Mogilny goes home.